You're listening to Bigfoot Club podcast, Cryptid Sports Entertainers for Life.
Hey everybody, Robert and Jesse Dominguez, Bigfoot Club, Season 6, Episode 20. I'm here with my nephew, Steven, Robert Dominguez. What's up?
What's up?
Why am I doing it so rough right now?
I don't know. I like it, though.
Okay.
It's just like straight out of the cage, like the beast out of the cage.
I just finished watching Bad Blood.
Wow.
Bad Blood on WWE pay-per-view.
Blood in, blood out?
Yeah, Simone.
Dang, man. That's pretty cool, man.
Thank you, man.
You know what I mean, Jelly Bean?
So, we're doing a show on Saturday night. But before we get to the show, I wanted to talk about the stuff that's happening, like in the Carolinas and Georgia with the hurricane and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Florida. Florida's about to get hit with Hurricane Milton right now.
Yeah. I was kind of concerned because I reached out to Robert Cuddy, one of our first fans, and I wanted to make sure he was okay. And he said he was okay. I think he was a little north of the hurricane, the path, but he was telling me that a lot of people in the mountain areas have it really, really bad, where their whole infrastructure, their roads were damaged so badly that not even any vehicles can get in, and so I think they're dependent on people to fly stuff in, helicopters and stuff like that. So, I think what we're going to do just for this, I'm going to post on the Bigfoot, Club page, a place where you can donate for this. And so, he gave me a couple of links and I'm going to go with that, which was, just one of those things that I wanted to do, because not only do we do Bigfoot stuff, we do podcasts, but we care about the communities and stuff like that happens. So
exactly, yeah, I agree. That's a good idea.
So anyway, how's your week been?
It's been good. We've just been, I guess, busy, just keeping the house clean.
You got a haircut today.
I did. I got a haircut. I shaved most of my beard. I kept into a goatee, but but I'm not an asshole though.
What does that got to do with it?
A lot of people say, "Oh, you got a goatee, you're an asshole." Like, what?
I don't subscribe to that.
Well, that's great, but you're one person. There's the rest of the people.
Who is these people? I want to know who these people are.
I can give you a list, but we'll talk about that later.
No, let's talk about it on the air.
Oh, okay, all right, yeah. Let's go ahead and do that.
Let's put them out there, man.
Yeah, but yeah, I'm pretty excited because I got new shoes.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, I got some Reebok shoes that are my go-to place to get good shoes without breaking your wallet.
Breaking the bank
is Ross. So these pairs of shoes, only got for $20.
You're like me when I was in my 30s. I used to do that all the time,
and I felt so excited. I go, "Oh my god, I got new shorts. I got some new shoes, and I got a haircut. Man, life is good.
For sure.
It's the best. It's the best
feeling. It's the best.
It's the best feeling when you get new boxers, or just new clothes in general, and I guess when you take care of stuff, I guess like, hey, I paid off a credit card bill, some stupid stuff like that.
Yeah.
But how about you? What you been up to?
Oh, I've just been busy with working this new job and I went to go see my mom today. See how she's doing. Grandma, she's doing really good. Hopefully she'll be listening to this episode. How's Brian doing?
Brian's good. He's been going to the fair a lot. Enjoying the fair.
Yeah, what's up with that?
He likes the fair, and I guess I can say that's fair. That's stupid.
That was kind of dumb.
He's gonna listen. He goes, "Okay, I'm gonna turn this off now."
Hey man, he likes turkey legs, I guess.
Oh yeah, he loves the food there, and but yeah, he's like hyping me. He was like, "Hey man, you and the boys and Blair and Robert should go, man." Like Yeah. So, well, I mean, I can't say no to it. We got to eventually go. I've never been to the fair.
I'm good.
You've been to the fair, right?
Yeah, like when I was a kid and when I got older.
Okay, well, maybe it's changed now.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. I hear that they have a lot of good Coke Zero there.
Whatever.
And that won me over. I was like, Coke Zero? What?
Whatever, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but yeah, that's... Yeah, I guess that's it.
I'm trying to think what else we could talk about before we get into the main subject.
Deep dive into this interesting topic.
Yep. You didn't know this much about this at all, did you?
No, I can't say I have heard about, and it's what sucks is that it was like 2002.
Yeah, this is we're talking about the Giant of Kandahar. Mm-hmm. Supposedly, now there is a deal saying that this is an urban legend. It's like a tale that they made it up on the internets. Mm-hmm. And so I don't know. I mean, I heard about it. Mm-hmm. But I really didn't dive, I think I've dived into it in the past, but there's not very much information about it.
Yeah.
There's very little to no information about it. So, but I will say this, it's an interesting subject.
Yeah, it is. It's kind of hard to say if it's would you classify that as a Bigfoot?
I don't know. I mean,
because the way they describe it on here, it's like, okay, it's not really a big, but it's a huge ass person.
Huge ass. Okay.
Yeah. Sorry, that's a poor choice of words here. It's a very, very massive, tall person. Because
I like the huge ass person better.
Yeah, I mean, look, from what I saw on the internet, it's like 12 to 15 feet tall.
Yeah, that's massive.
I think DXL is gonna be like, sorry, buddy, we don't have we don't have your size here.
We don't have that tall, that long. Mm-hmm. So, but I did prepare a little audio about this. So
it made it sound like he's like, I did prepare a song for this subject.
No, I'm not doing any musicals. I'm not doing Joker 2. Sorry.
Dang, man. Shout out to Warner Brothers for
screwing shit up again. So I'm going to play this real quick for our amusement, and then we can talk about it, okay?
Okay,
here we go.
The story of the Giant of Kandahar is a controversial and unverified tale that has circulated in recent years, particularly among conspiracy theorists and some military circles. Here are the key aspects of this urban legend, the alleged encounter. According to the story, in 2002, a U.S. Special Forces unit encountered a giant humanoid creature in a remote area of Kandahar province, Afghanistan. The giant was reportedly 12 to 13 feet tall, had red hair, possessed 6 fingers on each hand, featured 2 rows of teeth. The encounter allegedly resulted in a violent confrontation, with the giant killing 1 U.S. soldier with a spear before being taken down by sustained gunfire from the unit. Official stance and skepticism. The U.S. government has consistently denied these claims. When fact-checking website Snopes investigated in 2016, Pentagon officials stated they had no records of such encounters. Cultural and mythological context. Some proponents of the story link these alleged giants to biblical Nephilim, giants mentioned in religious texts, ancient folklore and legends about giant races, speculation and interpretation. While the story lacks credible evidence, some view it as a modern urban legend within military circles, a metaphor for the challenges faced by U.S. forces in Afghanistan, a coping mechanism for soldiers dealing with the uncertainties of war. It's important to note that despite the intriguing nature of these stories, there is no concrete evidence to support the existence of giants in Afghanistan or elsewhere in the modern world.
So what did you think of that?
Urban legends.
Yeah.
It comes to the point of, how can I word this? Because I really want to believe in urban legends too. Because when you say urban legend, like that's nothing.
Yeah.
But at the same time, when has the a military or government ever really been 100% truthful.
Yeah, especially when it's coming from the special forces group.
Yeah.
So I mean, you don't really know like all the details. They always do movies about special forces, and they probably don't give all the information that's on there. They probably make up some of it. But if special forces did run into this thing, yeah, we're probably not going to hear about it until like years later. And none of the I don't see any. I mean, I scoured the internet looking for any kind of corroborating information or anybody else talking about it on. I haven't listened to any other podcasts about it, but I just went off the internet and just looking around and stuff. So
yeah, I mean, it's a fascinating story when you think about it. I mean, heck, you can even make a movie out of it. But yeah, no, what I'm saying is like right there, like the military and the government like, deny these claims and all that stuff. It reminds me of a certain individual. I will not say who. I'll just tell you after we do the episode. I work with this individual, and before I started at this job, there was a person that was before me that left after I started, or before I started. And he was in the Air Force. And this person asked this other person that was in the Air Force, like, hey, so are aliens real? And this person, like, was in the Air Force. He was like, got real offended. Like, no. God, why would you ask that? Like, no. Like, he made it into a bigger deal, and then he could have just said, no.
yeah,
But he was like, no. He was, like, really bothered by it. It's like, why would you ask that? He go, well, you're in the Air Force, dude. Like, I mean, it's just a conversation starter. Like, do you believe are UFOs real?
Was he an older guy?
Yeah, he was like in his 40s.
He probably saw some shit.
Yeah, but just the fact that
the way he handled it,
the way he responded, and like other people that they're not at the job anymore, but they were like, yeah, he just acted really strange after that, and then. I go, is that the reason why he left? Because we're all like, he left? Did he leave? He's like, yeah, I think that was our last conversation.
So dumb.
I was like, wow.
I wonder if he's okay.
Yeah, I wonder too. This person that I talk to at work, we joke about that constantly, and we're like, I wonder what he's doing. I guess he went back to the Air Force to verify if aliens are real. Yeah, I'm kind of glad I didn't get in the military. I don't know if I would be able to keep the secrets if there is the huge secrets like that.
Yeah.
A secret. I don't think I could do it. I just don't.
Yeah.
Scary.
It's okay. I mean, it's just, they're a tight knit group, especially special forces. Mm-hmm. They live like months and months together in like small quarters and small spaces and, before they go do a mission and stuff. So they know everything about each other. So, I imagine if this really did happen, then they're a tight knit group and they're not going to talk about it. They're probably, the military is probably paying them more not to talk about it, I bet, or compensating them more.
But yeah, I'm like, okay, so you're raised into, thinking like stuff like this is like, it's just monsters aren't real.
Right.
You go in the military to fight for your country, and then you run into this. Like, that would mess me up mentally, seeing a 12 to 15 foot creature
with 6 fingers.
6 fingers and 2 rows of teeth. Not only that, it kills one of my buddies
with a
spear. And you're like, what the hell? Like,
I think if you're 12 to 15 feet tall, you should be able to kill a person without a spear. Just saying.
Are you calling this creature?
I mean, you're that tall. Shouldn't you kill like a regular man?
I mean, obviously it was outnumbered and outgunned.
Yeah, it got gunned down.
Yeah. It probably knew, like, oh, I'm taking you guys with me. One of you guys with me. I don't know.
So I didn't see anywhere on the internet where it said what happened to this creature, whether the special forces took it back with them to the base or
they did. And they got to keep that a secret. That's the thing I was talking about. Like, well, they can't it makes me wonder if like the locals there around there heard about this, and you probably run into a couple that said, "Oh, that's true." Like, I was there, man. I was there.
Yeah.
I don't know.
There's a little bit more of this audio. I'm gonna play the rest of it.
Play it.
In addition to the alleged Giant of Kandahar, U.S. soldiers have reported several other unusual sightings in Afghanistan. Thermal Scope Giant. In 2008-2009, an infantry team leader reported seeing a giant being through a thermal scope. The soldier observed a large heat signature that stood up as a single figure, taller than the surrounding 10 to 12-foot trees. The giant's movement was described as slow and relaxed, yet it moved with incredible speed. Multiple giants spotted by drone operator. An anonymous Air Force drone operator claimed to have observed 3 giants, each about 12 feet tall, tending to a fire in northern Afghanistan. The operator noted that the giants' heat signatures were unique and much larger than those of other animals or people in the area. He reportedly watched them for about 10 minutes, noting that nearby goats looked like cats next to them. Giant in the Korangal Valley. During a pre-OP soak, northeast of the Korangal Valley, an airman reported seeing a giant. This giant was described as taller than others in the area and moved slowly but purposefully. Unexplained phenomena. While not specifically creatures, some soldiers have reported experiencing unexplained phenomena during night patrols. These reports suggest that the challenging and often surreal conditions of deployment may contribute to unusual sightings or experiences. It's important to note that while these stories are intriguing, they remain unverified and lack official confirmation. The U.S. government has consistently denied the existence of giants or other mythical creatures in Afghanistan. These accounts may be the result of misidentification, stress-induced hallucinations, or simply part of the folklore that develops among military personnel in challenging environments.
The drones. I'm telling you, man, if we had drones, we could capture a lot of stuff.
Well,
in the woods, but the heat signatures, very, very. That is a great, unique detail. How it was different from the animals or any other animals and any other person, and how the goats look like cats next to them
because they were small.
Yeah, like wow. Yeah, that's weird. They were near a fire.
That's weird.
That is weird. Very.
So the Bigfoots in Afghanistan are more advanced than the Bigfoots here in North America and Russia.
Yeah,
they got fire starters or something, or what?
Yeah, I guess it gets cold there at night. I don't know.
Oh man, that was kind of weird. I mean, like I said, I scoured like this whole week on the internet looking for stories, and I didn't find any. And if I'm wrong, if anybody comes across a story that's similar to these, please shoot us an email. Let us know, and we'll read on them on the show, because I must have missed it, because I looked everywhere and there was nothing. There was maybe the same articles that I ran across that you ran across. There's some stuff on Reddit, right? Yeah. Did you find any stuff on Reddit? Not Reddit,
just a link of a YouTube video that keeps popping up. I didn't pull it up to look at it.
Yeah, because like Reddit, I don't know if we could take Reddit at regular, take it as gospel. So,
it's just like, it's just a place for people to come
blog
about something,
just make up stories and stuff. Because there's tons of stories on Reddit, and I don't know if it's truthful. And there's no. Are you okay?
Yeah, just drop my phone. Bump the mic with the phone. But on this one that I'm looking at, it's the cryptidsfandom.com.
Yeah.
It says here the type of weapons that they used to take it down.
What type of weapons are they used?
So between them, the witnesses, apparently there was a witness too.
maybe like an interpreter or something, you think?
I guess.
Or maybe a scout walking them through the area?
Maybe. The witness states that it took 30 seconds of continuous fire to down the giant. Between them, the squad was armed with full auto M4 carbines, recon carbine, semi-automatic, and an M107 Barrett anti-material rifles firing 50 BMG.
BMG? Big money grip?
I guess big money grip. This much firepower concentrated on one target for 1 second, left alone 30, would be extremely destructive.
So they pretty much did like a firing squad. Mm-hmm. Just,
Yep. And this one, it says, according to the witness, the giant wore canvas or animal hide covers to protect its feet like moccasins, and it smelled like dead bodies. The creature's body was airlifted back. So I might be going a little ahead of what she might be saying.
Hold a minute. That's what happened, right?
Yes.
Sorry.
Golly.
God, dog.
My ears. So yeah, it looks like according to this, it was airlifted back. And I think you told me that too.
Yeah, I mean, I was just wondering. I mean, I didn't have any background, so.
Too sweet.
The dad Pepsi's be hitting. I usually drink water, but the Diet Pepsi just took over.
Yeah.
So yeah, what do you think on that?
I mean, I think if they were in the field and they came across something like that, I mean, I would think that they would take it back. I mean, it's clearly not a human.
Here's the thing, though. The aerodrome said that it came across 3 of them, 3 or 4 of them, and they said one big one, a lot taller one that was moving more slow, but more, I forgot what word they used.
With purpose, I think.
With purpose. So this one that they came across was just by itself.
Yeah, sounds like it. Maybe because you know how it is in Bigfoot theories that they always say that there's a sentry Bigfoot that's up during the day because they have theories that Bigfoot sleep during the day and move around at night, right? Mm-hmm. They can forage and just explore at night. So this was possibly could be a sentry. It was just keeping guard. Mm-hmm. That's why it had a spear. I'm guessing. I don't know. I mean, if they can build fires, why would they not have a spear, right?
It's true.
So maybe these Bigfoots are a little advanced.
But are they Bigfoot though?
Yeah.
Because it didn't say that they were, other than red hair.
I mean, there's Bigfoots with red hair, but
I know, but
the 2 rows of teeth.
2 rows of teeth is different. They have animal hives on the skin or whatever.
Okay, this is what I'm thinking. This could happen because they're probably not used to seeing it. Because a lot of people, especially in swamp areas, will talk about Bigfoots having mud or mange or they're just it's matted, and it looks like a vest or a shirt or something, but really it's not. It's just it's hair that's been matted and it just changes a different color. So it just made look like it has a moccasin on or something, or maybe it was walking through mud and it's its legs got different mud color on it.
Mm-hmm. And it smelled like dead bodies, meaning
that
they stunk.
Yeah,
they don't shower.
I mean, it's especially the males. They give. There's also more theories about them giving off pheromones whenever they're threatened. So they have a pungent smell. Mm-hmm. So whenever it's emitted, so
yeah,
I don't know.
That's interesting.
Very. So. Anywho,
is there more to it?
No, that was it.
Really?
Yeah. But like I said, this story is very interesting. I'm just curious if there's anybody. There's got to be somebody who wants to talk about it.
It'd be nice if we got one of those soldiers.
Yeah, 2000.
If it was if it was a legit thing.
So in 2002, like this, let's just say hypothetically that, you know, one of these guys were like in their 30s, right? In 2002, that would make them my age, right?
Yeah.
So they would probably be like 48 or in close to their 50s right now. So they would be retired, or maybe they're still in the service.
Definitely can't talk about it if they're still in the service.
Yeah, they're a lifer there. But man, I would just love to hear if this story, there's like more to this story. Because
if they're able, it's in the middle of nowhere, and they find this, it's very easy to keep it under the radar.
Yeah.
And if they keep it under the radar, they just release some of it so that way they can debunk it really quick and have the control to say urban legend. It didn't happen. None of that ever happened, and it's easy to be bunked as urban legend. And that's what's scary too, because you know it could have happened. That's the shitty part about it. And then the person that actually got killed, they had to just say something else that why he died. Man, right. That's terrible.
Yeah, because like, you know, there's so many theories on this type of, you know, if like, let's just say hypothetical, this was a Bigfoot. Okay. If it was a Bigfoot, you know, there's theories, and we talk about it all the time on this show, whether they do emit infrasound. So if this was true, or if this was, you know, right on the money, why wouldn't these soldiers not collect this body? Right. And take it back, and then maybe, you know, open him up and see what's in his vocal cords, or his chest, or his lungs, or maybe how deep his lungs are, so they can get an idea. Maybe
does he have a heart? If it is a heart,
right?
Which side is it on? Does everything change in that type of DNA, the blood, just chromosomes, all that? I
mean, because there's so many stories. There's so many stories of, like, say, Bigfoot's walking in North America and getting hit by an 18-wheeler or a train. And there's stories of, you know, men in black showing up in, you know, black helicopters and black vehicles and black 18-wheelers and not black 18-wheelers, but they would just haul them away.
Right.
And, you know, what's the purpose? You know, and we've always talked about, you know, hey, you know, you can't, this is an unclassified animal, and if you were to, you know, verify its existence, then you would have to make it endangered, then you have to, like, clone off a bunch of area in the forest, which means that you can't do lumber, you can't, you know, do aggressive expansion, you can't do any of that stuff. But, you know, they say that, but really, I don't know if that's the case. Like, if they would try to mimic how this animal is supposedly can do infrasound, and you know, maybe use electrical right-of-ways as what's the word I'm looking for? As
not rite of passage, but
no,
just freeway.
No. They use the electrical right-of-way with the infrasound
to charge up,
and to use it as like a
recharge
or just like a defense stuff like that. So I mean, I would think that's probably why they probably took this body away.
Oh yeah.
And if so, you know, so what base? And, you know, if is there any video of it there? Because, you know, they got to have some video there.
Yeah.
You know, they got to. I mean, it's a military base. There's got to be video there. So.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. I smell what you're stepping in. Yeah, no, that's, and then I guess, the helicopter, that's the type of helicopter. Because when you think, when I see 12, 15, I'm thinking like this thing weighs a ton.
Yeah.
And I guess helicopters have the strength to pick it up.
Yeah.
I did not know that. Like, because I think of, you're going to laugh at this, but I think of Godzilla versus King Kong.
Yeah.
The old school one. Where
the 70s. Yeah.
The helicopter transporting King Kong. He looks all stupid, you know,
yeah.
where they're holding him. And I was like, he's massive. How is that little bitty helicopter picking that up?
I know the Chinooks. Those are huge, and those can carry a lot of soldiers and I think a tank too. I think
Jesus.
so, or maybe like one of those vehicles that have artillery, like heavy artillery on it, something like that. So, but yeah, a Chinook could probably lift a Bigfoot.
Oh,
There's some pictures on the internet. I forgot where it was, but there's a picture of a Bigfoot like hanging upside down. Like someone on the ground took a picture of it like in the forest, and like a helicopter was pulling away a Bigfoot from the feet, it was hanging from the feet. And it was like you could see it like it looks like a balloon or something, or like maybe a piñata.
Oh, okay.
But it's like really far away, and I go, okay, I can see how that's a Bigfoot. But yeah, a Chinook could probably carry this Bigfoot, a 12.
Or this giant. Would you even? Because there's like a picture. I saw it somewhere.
A Nephilim you're talking about?
Yeah, there it is, right there. I don't know if you can see it, but it looks like Rob Zombie, like
on steroids.
On steroids, stabbing a soldier
with a lot of hair.
Yeah.
Rob Zombie.
I mean, a muscular Rob. That's the best way I could put it.
What's the name of the guy that played Michael in the Rob Zombie?
Oh, Tyler Mane.
Maybe it's Tyler Mane.
Yeah, it could be Tyler Mane. Yeah. You want me to scream?
Stupid.
Yeah, like, would you consider that a Bigfoot? Just the way he looks on here?
I don't know. I mean, it's probably part of the family.
And what language did it speak?
I don't know.
That's the thing right there. So in my mind, where if this was a real thing, keep in mind it's urban legend, so you don't know if it's real. One time it was real, this time it was real. Why did it feel threatened? Did that guy that got stabbed, did he freak out and just open fire on it, and then that's why it retaliated? It was like, and then stabbed him. Like, could this been de-escalated real quick? Like, where it just like, oh snap, let's back away, and
they must have snuck up on him or something,
and they got pissed off and screamed, and the guy got scared.
But I was going to ask you, because I don't know that much about Persian history, but didn't like in the battle of when the Persians were trying to take over Greece, didn't they have giants? Didn't the Persians have giants?
I think so, if I remember correctly. Hold on. No.
Because this area of Kandahar it was controlled by the Persians, like way back in the day. So a lot of the foundation there, or a lot of the history, is from Persia. Mm-hmm. So I was wondering if this is like a holdover, or maybe this is like a lord or spirit or something. I don't know.
I'm not too sure here. I'm looking.
I don't know. It's just one of these stories that I really, really like. And I just wish there was more information on it, or someone do a movie on it or something.
Yeah, because it sounds like something like a sci-fi movie, or just some type of movie.
Yeah,
they could really base it off of just to make the movie. Even though it's an urban legend, it's an urban legend. You can make a movie out of it.
What's his name? Julia Roberts' brother can be in it. Isn't he?
Eric Roberts.
Isn't he in a lot of B movies?
Yeah.
Or Bishop from Aliens. He does a lot of Bigfoot movies, right? Mm-hmm. The actor that plays Bishop. I forgot his name.
Yeah, and then there's that other guy too. I can't think of his freaking name, or any other movie that I could look up. It's the one where I told what's his face.
What's his face?
I forgot his name. I'm sorry. He did the Bigfoot movie. He's a comedian.
Scott Herat.
Yes, I asked him about it, and I think I asked Matt too. He's like, I know that movie. I know which movie you're talking about. And yeah, that guy is always on a Bigfoot movie. And I was like, yeah, it was like a movie where like they went to go. You saw it with me. Me, Richie, and Joy were watching the trailer, and you came over and you watched. You go, that Bigfoots don't look like that. This movie's stupid.
I said it like that.
You said it word for word, just like that, because I thought it was so funny and hilarious. And you said it the way you did.
I don't remember saying
it. But it was the one where like he goes to look for his daughter. because the plane crashed. And then,
I know what you're talking about.
Bigfoot's killing all of the guys that he's with, and then he's about to kill the Bigfoot. Then the Bigfoot showed him the plane, and then the baby Bigfoot's feet.
Yeah,
and then he comes to, oh, that's why you killed my daughter, because we killed your son. I understand now. And then it ends like that. I go, no, I'm killing this Bigfoot.
Yeah,
because this Bigfoot killed my daughter. She had no control over it. Like, I got so mad.
I know if Adam Larson's listening, he's a Bigfoot guy that does he's into a bunch of movies. He could probably tell us what movie that is.
Yes.
He'd probably say, oh, this is this movie.
I think it was called the Sasquatch, and it had like its teeth. Like, I remember that was whenever the TV guide showed a poster of the movie. And then it had like his side, Bigfoot's face, and the teeth looked nothing like it in the movie. I was like, that's supposed to be menacing. He looks like you said he looked. Now I remember. You said he looked like one of the orcs from Lord of the Rings. And I was all like, and he goes, then I was like, yeah, it looks like an orc with a little bit of hair like on its body. That's it.
Yeah, that is dumb. That's stupid.
Mm-hmm.
So we got 40 seconds.
We're 40 seconds in?
Yeah.
No, I think the Zack Snyder, from what I'm reading here, he's doing the fantasy version of the Persian army, that there was giants, and he considered Xerxes a giant.
Right. Even though Xerxes won a giant?
There was like tales that he was a giant. If anything, he had a huge beard. Let's just say that. Like, it was past his knees.
So the beard made him tall.
Yeah. Like, it made him a god.
Oh, that's dumb.
Yeah, so...
Because then didn't Peyton Manning do an SNL skit where he was a giant?
Yeah, he was supposed to throw the boulder.
Yeah.
His name was Mitch. Mitch, throw the rock.
Oh, man. That's so funny. I don't know how we got from the Giants of Kandahar to Peyton Manning.
Well, it's funny, and he played a giant.
Peyton Manning. Peyton
Manning.
Peyton
Man. Peyton. Yeah, no, and back to the subject of it. It makes me wonder if there's any other urban legends that are kind of similar to this.
There's probably one. I didn't research on it, but I've heard of it. It was like a Native American story of Native Americans fighting like off of like a horde of red Bigfoots, you know. And there's a story. I don't know how much I've seen it on TikTok. I don't know. I need to dive into that one. Probably should have done it for this story, but I thought the story was good enough just to talk about it by itself. But that's something we could talk about later on another show. But I've heard other stories. I mean, there's tons of TikToks, and you know, I don't know. You want to say TikToks are actually real? Yeah. But there's lots of stories of like special forces fighting Bigfoots and going into an area and stuff like that and finding the Bigfoot. But I mean, that's you know, who do you think has the upper hand there?
Which one, the
military or the Bigfoots?
I guess the military, since it was able to take down this Rob Zombie-like creator.
Yeah, this Tyler Mane
and
type.
It lists off the weapons that they use, so I guess it's possible to use that. But I was going to say, I don't know if you know this off by hand, but what was the Native American tribe that said that the Bigfoots, I don't think they called them Bigfoots, but that they were taking their children?
Yeah.
If the children was... not in a safe area, or if they went across the area the children were taken?
That is a great question.
I forgot the tribe.
I think there's many of them that talk that way.
Oh, I thought it was just one tribe that they believed that they were demons that taken away. The way it was described, I was like, wow, that's was it a Bigfoot? Was it a skinwalker? Or was it just bad people? But they called them like, I forgot what they used. It wasn't Bigfoot, but it was like the tall man or tall trees. There's many there's many tribes that believe that you know the Bigfoot is an entity of the forest and it protects the forest or it protects the earth. See, I heard about that, but this tribe was stuck out because it said that it was evil. Yeah, they were evil. I would probably guess it's probably. If I were to think that, it's probably like a Yeti and the people from like Nepal.
because like there's many stories of Yetis attacking like villagers that are like shepherds for like yaks and stuff. And there's a story of a lady being attacked while she was like bathing or washing her hair in this little stream, and this Yeti attacked her and like beat the crap out of her and stuff like that. So I don't know. I mean, there's many. I can't think of any off the top of my head, and I feel bad for not thinking about it. But what
the Algonquin speaking tribes, particularly the Ojibwe, they called it the Wendigo.
Yeah,
that's what I was thinking of.
The Wendigo. Mm-hmm. Okay.
They believe it was the Pacific Northwest. And
it was. They were cannibals. Mm-hmm. So. Yep.
With greed and destructive behavior aligning somewhat with the concept of an evil Bigfoot.
Bigfoot red eyes, you think?
That's a good question. It makes me wonder if they used or they saw that. But isn't the Wendigo just an entity? Or is it really a Bigfoot?
There's some tribes that believe it's an entity that it can like there's stories of like a Native American guy just killing off his family, eating parts of them. Mm-hmm. And there was another story of a guy I can't remember where it was at, but he was on a bus and he stabbed this guy in the neck. Mm-hmm. And like cut out his heart, started eating it or something. And he was naked inside the bus. And I think, people fled that bus. It was like a transit bus.
Yeah.
That was going like from one town to another town.
Yeah.
And, that was the story that he was a Native American, and they believed that he was like cursed by the Wendigo or something like that. But yeah, I think you're right. I think it is an entity, but
So it's the, Ojibwe, I'm going to probably butcher these names. I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
The Ojibwe, the Salto, the Cree, the Naskapi, and the Innu.
Does it say the region? I would guess it's that northern region.
Yeah, I think there's northern plains of the Apaches. No, wait, I'm looking at something else here.
Mm-hmm.
Houdon. Because I always found that fascinating. Like you said, like a lot of Native American tribes say that they're the protector of the forest, protector of their. But these particular tribes, they believe that otherwise.
I wouldn't doubt it. I mean, there's like I've said this 100 times, man. There's Bigfoots that are nice, and there's Bigfoots that are assholes.
Yeah.
And so these tribes, the one that feel that Bigfoots are evil, they're probably the asshole Bigfoots.
Or like how and I say this too because humans are like the worst human, and like I won't say any human, but just humans are like the worst type of things living because we're capable of good and we're capable of very, very disturbing evil. It's the same thing with like the lions, Ghost in the Darkness. How that is a true story.
Yeah,
but they weren't killing for food; they were killing for sport.
And they loved it. I think they were. It was during a drought, so I think the drought affected their brain or something like that, and made them extremely vicious, super vicious.
But to be working together though,
yeah,
like that's unheard of, right? Two
it
male
is.
lions working together, so it makes me wonder. Like they're like human. The Bigfoots or the Wendigo, whatever you want to call it, but they're capable of fuck. I want to kill anything that gets in my way.
I mean, there's a couple of things you probably think on that one is that they probably felt that the humans that were building that rail line was messing around with their breeding grounds, and they're probably pissed. And then they're probably, the drought.
Pissed enough to kill?
Yep. Mm. So, that's what I was thinking. I don't know. I try to be like Luke Gross and think outside the box.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm just reading a lot of stuff that if it has this characteristics, it's a Wendigo. I guess Wendigo means evil Bigfoot or just evil.
Yeah, evil entity probably.
Yeah.
I mean, there's some stories that say that it looks like a white Bigfoot or a Bigfoot, and there's other ones that say that it looks like it has a head of a deer with antlers and stuff and hooves and long arms or something like that. But who knows? I think that, the Wendigo could be whatever the person that's experiencing it and how they see it. So, like I said before in the paranormal, some people see mist, some people see an entity, some people see a shadow person. Mm-hmm. So I think it just depends on the individual, to be honest with you, when it comes to something like that. So,
yeah, but it to answer your question, it's the northern regions of the continent, Great Lakes and the Northeast U.S. coast and Canada. Yeah. So I think that's deep forest.
I mean, if you're a Bigfoot in the wintertime, wouldn't you be pissed too in that area?
I don't know. You're a big creature and you probably love it. Like, it's cool. Finally, shit, I'd be happy.
I know, but if it's cool and there's
I'm the good Wendigo.
I'm just saying, if you're in that area and there's no food, wouldn't you be pissed off and it's cold?
More ice cream too, man. Stupid. I'm gonna be the positive one here, okay?
Okay.
I'll be going to the tribes building a snowman and be like,
Too sweet.
Yep. See? I'll be building up like a huge Bigfoot Wendigo snowman and they'll be going like, with the thumbs up. I think they would probably still be mad. Wouldn't you think so?
Yeah, probably. We're like 52 minutes in, or 52 seconds in. Mm-hmm. So, you got any shout outs or anything?
Shout out to Blair and the boys. Shout out to my boy Brian, B-Town Down.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you have any shout outs?
Yeah, I got a few. There's a few new people that have been listening to Robert Cuddy always listens to podcasts. Mm-hmm. I wanted to do a shout out to Gwen Winder. Hopefully I said her name right. Mm-hmm. Michaela Rose Owens. They started listening to the podcast. Mallory Martinson started listening to the podcast. Thank you very much for listening to the podcast. But shout out to Cassandra, my mom, the boys, of course. Mm-hmm. Trying to think. I know I'm forgetting people. I know I am. But if I do, anyway. But I just wanted to say, I want to take this opportunity right now. So if you're a regular person listening to the podcast, thank you so much. We really appreciate it. Thank you. But if you're new, just found us out and you just start listening to us for the very first time, and you're one of those people who hasn't hit follow or subscribe to our stuff, now's the time to do it. So you can follow us on YouTube. We're on all the platforms. So just look us up at Bigfoot Club and follow us on social media. Look for us at Bigfoot Club, the number 1. We're on Facebook, X, Instagram, TikTok. Mm-hmm. So just look for us there. If you have any questions, or if you want to be a guest on the show, or if you just want to critique us, or if you just want to, just shoot us an email, tell us how we're doing, give us an email at bigfootclub1@gmail.com. That's all I can think of right now. How about you, Steven? What else do you?
Yeah, no, if you have any interesting stories that ever happened to you paranormal wise, could be UFOs, could be a friendly ghost, could be a bad ghost, anything
Bigfoot,
just anything Bigfoot related, or
with six fingers, and
6-fingered creatures, sure,
2 rows of teeth.
Any huge bugs or anything like that, just email us there or reach out to us on one of our many social media platforms, Facebook, X, YouTube.
Yep.
Instagram.
Yep. TikTok.
And TikTok. Bigfoot Club, the
number one.
And yeah, we really appreciate it.
So we want to say good night
and
goodbye.